Recently, I updated my personal brand. It was very much like a coming home literally to my own closet, to clothing like this in this color that I love so much. Here's what I mean. When I started my online business, I chose colors at random, suggested to me by WordPress, because I understood that strategically I needed to have consistent colors to be recognizable across platforms. But what I didn't understand at that point is that branding goes so much deeper than your colors. And that when you're choosing your colors, if you connect them to your core values and your mission and your purpose, then your brand becomes something else entirely. Hi, I'm Fiona Flyte, and it is my passion and my purpose and my privilege to help performing artists with money and personal power. Because as far as I'm concerned, together we can change the paradigm for artists everywhere and turn the expectation of it being hard to make money from your art into the expectation that of course you can make money doing what you love and be well paid at the same time. If you're new around here, then definitely subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and hop on over to my free Facebook group. I made it especially for performing artists just like you. And if what I'm talking about resonates with you, then consider sharing this video with your friends and performing artist colleagues. Because the more of us demanding to be well paid for our time, talent, and expertise, the easier it's going to get. The way I think about branding now is very much an inside-out approach. For most people, when they think about branding, personal branding, branding for artists, you're thinking about the aesthetic. You're thinking about the outside, the aesthetics. You're thinking about the colors and the graphics and having it look a certain way. And what I'm talking about when I say branding is really, yes, that, but so much more. So for me, the whole purpose of your brand is to really give people an idea of who you are at the core level. Who you are as an artist, yes, who you are as a human being also. It's a reflection of your core values and a reflection of what you stand for. So you can see how already the way that I think of branding is really different than what you've probably thought in the past. I know that a lot of artists are really turned off by branding because as a whole, we artists are deeply connected to integrity, to authenticity. We don't want to create something that is superficial or surface. Most of us anyway, and certainly the people that I attract into my world. The whole purpose of art is to express the truth of the human condition. And so when you create a brand from the outside in, when you're just looking at the aesthetics, or worse, when you give the authority of your brand over to a label or manager who only cares about marketability and not about what you actually stand for, we lose just a great deal of trust. We lose the trust in ourselves because what we're creating isn't really authentic. It's not really representative. And we lose the trust of the audience because they can see through it. The strongest frequency on earth is the frequency of truth. And so when you're not standing in the center of your truth, it feels artificial, it feels fake, and you don't want to do it. Does that sound or feel familiar to you? And so for a lot of artists, the trouble with social media marketing, and branding and sales is that it just feels inauthentic. It just feels fake. It just feels manipulative. And what I'm here to tell you is that there's another way. There is branding from the inside out as opposed to the outside in. And we can think of this in terms of acting. For those of you who are actors, let me get a sense of what the character looks like. Let me put on the clothes and the makeup and figure out how they walk. And then that gets them into character. But then there's this whole other genre of actor, the actors who are like, let me be the character on the inside. And then the walk and the clothes and the accent and the look, that's all going to take care of itself because I'm so plugged into who that character really is. This is what I'm really wanting for you, is this sense of who am I at the core level. What do I stand for? What are my core values? What is my mission and purpose in this lifetime as an artist and as human being? And then that becomes your brand. When I teach branding inside of my Profitable Performer product suite, I've got two programs. I've got the mission-driven program, and then I've got the icon program. And both matter and both are important. But we start with mission-driven because that's the inside. It's about your identity. It's about your purpose. It is about your mission. It's about connecting with your core values and infusing your brand with them. It's about digging deep into your truth, into your authenticity, into what makes you tick. Because as far as I'm concerned, your brand is really your mission made manifest. It's the mission, the purpose, the identity of you made real through the branding and recognizable to people. And this is how we attract people into our world. And yes, are we going to repel a few people? Yes, and that is good, because we want to bring in the people who are really going to identify and connect with our music, our art, our style of teaching. These are the kind of people that resonate with you on a soul level. And the more we can share our soul with them, the more likely it is that they're going to recognize that connection themselves and come into our artistic world. Now, the aesthetic part of your brand matters too. This is the sprinkles and the sparkle, and this is what we learn inside of the Icon program. Inside the Icon program, it's so much fun because we get to now play with colors and we get to play with fonts and graphics, but it's not the end at the beginning. That part of it, again, it's the sprinkle and the sparkle. It's not the core. The core is the depth of you. And this is what starts to make your social media, your branding, your selling online and your online marketing. It's what starts to make it all really matter. And it's what starts to make it necessary to show up. Because right now it's so easy to let yourself off the hook, isn't it? It would be so easy for me to let myself off the hook of showing up on social media. I have got a lot going on. I have a mother who needs a lot of special support now. I have got 2 children that still live at home. I've got a dog. I've got 3 cats. I've got a husband. I've got my own singing. It would be very easy for me to not make this YouTube video. But there's the mission. And the mission is to help performing artists. And it's not just to help you with anything, because I could help performing artists in so many different ways. I was a singing teacher and an acting coach for many years, and that matters too. But for me, there's a call to service, a call to help you with your money and your personal power, a call to invite you into what I call the hero's journey. And that's what all my programs are fundamentally about. All of my programs take you on a hero's journey into the core of who you are, expressed through, in this case, branding, but also through sales and marketing and mindset and online business. I'm here to support you on your hero's journey. And that matters to me more than my own ego and insecurity about how many people are going to like this video or watch it to the end. I just don't play the game of validation anymore. I'm here to attract my soul-aligned clients who want to go on the journey with me. And this is all connected to my brand. This is the brand. My brand is my mission made manifest. And that's what I invite you into as well. Because social media is going to start being a lot more fun, and it's going to be a lot easier to be consistent the moment that your social media is actually representative of the truth of who you are and what you stand for. Now, if you'd like to go deeper with me in branding, then message me about the 2 programs I mentioned. Now, one more thing I wanted to say, this I mentioned at the beginning. I found this recently in my closet. I don't know how long it's been there, like a year, or 2 years. There was a whole box of winter scarf type things. And when I took it out yesterday and I opened it up, I was like, these are all my new branding colors, because my new brand is a coming home. The colors representing each one something very significant about who I am. And they've been the colors I've gravitated towards my entire life. So yes, there's a clear strategic reason why you need to be more proactive about your brand. It's going to help you become recognizable across platforms. So when somebody is already following you on Instagram, for example, and then they see you over on Facebook, they're like, oh yes, I love her, right? And they just immediately recognize you. But if you want to go deeper, as I'm describing, if you want to approach your branding from the inside out, then suddenly it's going to become this glorious mixture of your coziest winter sweater and your sexiest, most vibrant night on the town dress. It's going to have all the depth and all the sparkle. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like it, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and definitely if you're not already a member, Join my free Facebook group. I do deepening calls in there all the time, and there's a link in the description below. Follow me on the socials where you will recognize my brand across the platforms, and consider sharing this video with your friends and colleagues, because the more of us who come together in alignment with the fact that artists deserve to be well compensated for our time, energy, and expertise, the quicker we're going to make it into a reality. And now, as always, go out into the world and shine your light. You have a voice. You deserve to be heard, and the world deserves to hear you.